Good morning. We're here at the Wedgemount Lake trailhead, or almost at the trailhead. We actually could not make it fully up the road, so I believe we are parked about halfway up. Time is 9:53 a.m. We're going to start making our way to the trailhead, hoping for good things today. How are you feeling, honey? Okay, that was really enthusiastic. All right, let's get going. So you can see that a number of cars have decided to call the road quits, and I'll show you why here in a minute. Oh boy. This is kind of why we decided to turn around. We'll see how they do in the Tucson. Time is 10:15 and we are at the trailhead. There's actually quite a bit of parking here. And you can see most of the vehicles, actually all of the ones I can see right now are SUVs or light SUVs. So one more pee break and we are headed out. Wash and brakes are all taken care of. We're starting the trail 10:20 a.m. Here we go. Here we go. Wedgemount Lake, 7K. Doesn't sound too bad. Wedge. We've been hiking for 40 minutes, and this is kind of what our terrain looks like currently. We are 50 minutes in. The ascent here has not been bad. It's been steady, fairly steady, but the trail is pretty good. Some rocks, some roots, but very well worn. Not a big struggle getting through it so far. 30 minutes in. 10:55, and it's not a large boulder field, but it's our first. We've been on the trail for 1 hour, so it's time for another check-in. Here's the terrain we're looking at. Very beautiful, very peaceful. Some sunlight peeking through the trees here and there. The ascent hasn't been too bad. Some pretty aggressive stepping in some spots, but nothing we can't handle. The time is 12:10. We are 10 minutes short of 2 hours on the trail. And we've just finished a long, pretty challenging, pretty steep section. Some difficult stepping to do. Words aren't coming out too well. And we're getting a nice break here. This is a nice stretch of pine needly, flat surface. You can hear steady white water off to our right, and we just saw a huge boulder field to our left, but it doesn't seem to be part of the trail. I know we've got more coming up. All right, onward we go. Oh, we've taken a few short breaks here and there, but been on the trail for about 2 hours, and we're making it to this gigantic boulder field that I mentioned earlier. And it looks like we're just cutting across the base. And that's nice. I know at some point here, there's a big climb coming, and it's going to be a scramble across boulders. I think near the top, but we're not there yet. Not there yet. Good to see some water access along the trail, even in mid-March. Pardon me, mid-August. I'm one of those people who tends to run out of water on the trail sometimes. So sometimes I pull the odd emergency fill up, and Yeah, you're in luck. This is about halfway up. The time is now 1:20, so we've been on the trail for about 3 hours. We are admittedly not at our best. Got about 5 hours sleep last night. Christine maybe less. That's on us. So neither of us are really feeling our strongest for this sustained ascent, but we're chipping away at it. Time is now 1:40, and check out these views. Wow. The time is 1:50, and we are at the Boulder Field Scramble, that I believe, I'm hoping, is kind of the final leg, the final ascent to Wedgemount. We are making our way slowly up the boulders, and it feels like we might be almost there. Hopefully we're not in for a tease. Christine's on her final liters, final fumes.
I'm getting nasties.
Time is 2:23. Been on the trail for 4 hours, and feels like maybe we're there. Let's see what the next crest brings us. It's really nice up here. The wind was starting to really gust on the crest of the ridge, and now this has a very much a meadowy kind of feel. It's a little bit protected. You can see the emergency hut, I think, is the one with, I don't know how to describe that shape, but. And we've made it. We've made it. Well, it is time to see what this emergency shelter is all about. Let's take a look. We have some PVC pipes, a couple of tables, toilet paper, locked cabinets, and a nice little loft with some foam mats. Not bad at all. Let's see who has signed the guest book. A number of different people, including some this week. I doubt that means they stayed here, but you never know. Note that this is for emergencies only. Camping is prohibited. The time is 3:08 p.m. So we are roughly 5 hours since hitting the trail this morning, the trailhead, at 10:20 a.m. And we're hoping to be back at the car in 3 hours or less. We'll see how that works out. So we are leaving the lake and the wind is back. It's despite a warm forecast in Squamish and Whistler today, it's actually pretty chilly up here. It's not terribly pleasant. Christine's being very careful, always facing the mountainside, using her hands, weight, leverage. It's all good, folks. Time is 3:35. I think we've been gone from the top maybe 25 minutes, and we're still making our way down the Boulder field. We're scrambling, as they call it. We've been on the descent for about an hour and 15 minutes. Pulled out the camera to do some recording on this nice stretch here. We all agree that descents aren't quite as exhausting as ascents, but they certainly do a number on your knees. If you're looking for a great similar length hike, actually, that ends up at a spectacular patio with full restaurant, $1 million views, and a gondola down. Check out the Sea to Summit hike at the Sea to Sky gondola in Squamish. Time is 10 after 5, so we've been on the descent for 2 hours. It's the same unrelenting descent that we came up a few hours ago, as hikes tend to go. So I'm really hoping that we will get back to the trailhead in this third hour. I don't know this trail well, so it's really hard for me to gauge where we are. I know I don't have the All Trails app activated, so I do know they could help me out. Here we go. We've been on the descent now for 3 hours, 10 minutes. So we didn't reach the trailhead in 3 hours as I hoped, but rumor has it from some that we've met coming up, rumor has it that we are about 15 minutes from the trailhead. So hopefully that is the case. We're all pretty tired, a little hungry. So it feels like, well, it doesn't just feel like it. We have literally been descending for over 3 hours straight. Doesn't really let up. So the knees are a little mad. Time is 6:36 and we're still trucking. The time is 6:45, which puts us at 3 hours, 35 minutes since we left the top, since we left Wedgemount Lake. And here we are back at the trailhead. parking lot just up here. So if you remember, we felt compelled to park our car at the half-kilometer mark on the road up to the trailhead. So now that we're back at the trailhead, we've got some walking to do. Got to walk about a click and a half to get to our car. Just to summarize Wedgemount Lake, it's pretty tough, it's pretty demanding. Unrelenting ascent, not as steep as some of the legendary hikes, but it took us 4 hours to get up, 3 hours 35 to get down, with a little bit of rest time in between. So looks like right now it's 10 to 7. We'll probably be back at our car at around 10 after, quarter after 7, which puts it pretty close to a 9-hour day. Definitely not what we were hoping for. I was hoping for 7. A lot of the reviews on all trails say 6 hours. That was not our experience. It was a tough slog, and we're all pretty beaten up. So spectacular scenery at the top, right, honey?
Yes.
But she doesn't have much left, so she's in no speaking mode. But yeah, it'll be a while before we take on this beast again. It was not easy. Off to Whistler we go for some beverages, and actually on that note, Whistler, if you're not familiar with it, beautiful ski resort village nearby. Have to look it up later, but I think it's about 10 minutes away. Lots and lots of restaurants, so when you're coming down this descent, just think about cold glass of ice water with lemon and whatever adult beverages you fancy. Good steak and salad, whatever it is. It's all there for you in Whistler. Just a 10-minute drive down the highway. Thanks for joining us on this hike. This might be where we sign off. If you found this tour helpful, would you give us a like and subscribe to the channel? And we can't wait to see you in the next video. Take care. From Tim and Christine. Bye-bye.